EA Sports, where we'll see two of the NFL's oldest and most storied franchises. It's the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Chicago Bears, and it's all up next.
And here it is, one of the NFL's truly iconic stadiums, and the oldest one still in use. It's Soldier Field in Chicago. Joined by a former NFL quarterback up in the booth, Mr. Brock Heward. I'm Kate Scott, and Brock, you can brag if you'd like to, because I know you had quite the big arm in your days with the Huskies and the Seahawks in Seattle. Well, we got a couple of quarterbacks here who also know how to push that football down the field.
Yeah, you got a couple QBs who are going to keep these defenses honest today, because the moment they get greedy in coverage or get too aggressive in the pocket, either of these quarterbacks can drop a dime, drop a deep throw right over him for big yardage, and maybe 6 points too.
Cairo Santos out for the opening kick. And here we go from Chicago. Cordarrelle Patterson now to return. He stopped on the return at the 27. So the Steeler offense getting out there for its opening drive of the game. And leading them out, someone playing at a high level over a decade after entering the league. He's got a Super Bowl to his name. It's Russell Wilson.
Kate, Russell Wilson's one of the NFL's most experienced quarterbacks. He's also one of the winningest quarterbacks, even with a couple bumps in the road in Denver. Remember, over that decade in Seattle with Pete Carroll and the Legion of Boom, there wasn't a quarterback that won more games in the history of the league over the first 10 years. 9 times to the Pro Bowl as well. Put a supporting cast around him, give him a run game and a defense, and Russell Wilson still knows very well how to play this game.
And he found some running room for a nice gain. Give him 9 yards. He almost moved the chains there. It's going to be 2nd and 1.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid gain, but it's also a run that you know and you may come back to, because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of a defense.
From the 35 on 2nd down. Has him on the quick hitter. And he'll get taken down after advancing this to the 37. It's a meager 2-yard gain, but that's enough to award them the 1st down.
I'm sure coach and play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
On the carry, this is Najee Harris. And he'll bowl his way ahead for a 4-yard pickup.
You know, Kate, these are some of the little hidden plays in a game, right? Doesn't look like a whole lot on the stat sheet, but A, it gets you good yardage, B, it sets up your play action, and C, most importantly, keeps that defense guessing.
2nd and 6 coming up here. Rush coming for Wilson. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Working across the middle, Brock, it is tough for anybody to make plays through all that mess, even when you're the biggest and baddest pass catcher on the roster.
But as a tight end, you're going to be disappointed because that's what you're paid to do. It's one thing for those undersized receivers you talk about. It's another one for these big tight ends. You are paid to make that catch through contact, and he couldn't do it.
Escapes the pocket. He's running for it. And he wisely avoids contact, sliding down there, and that play good enough for a 1st. Give him 13 on that play. And he'll bring up a Pittsburgh 1st down.
You know, Kate, back in the day, we had a slip and slide at practice for moments just like that. Actually practicing how to slide and get out of harm's way. Nice gain on the play, and denied that defense yet another chance to take a shot on him.
From the gun, they go with Harris. And he'll advance this down to the 38-yard line. Good rip on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 2.
That does not show up on any explosive stat sheet, but let me tell you, Kate, that's the real deal right there. You run for that kind of yardage consistently in the NFL, you do set yourself up for success.
This is Harris on 2nd down. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
Ooh, I like that. I really like that execution to move the chains. Now that 3rd down call that they had ready, well, they could stick it right back in their pocket for a later occasion.
Offense sure is marching to begin this game. Here's a first down from the 30. Russ off the play fake. Flushed out of the pocket. Steps up, and he's running with it. He gets a little something out of it before sliding to a stop.
I love that play. I mean, that's quarterback 101. Nothing downfield, get what you can with your legs, but so much more importantly, protect yourself. Availability, one of the most important abilities for any quarterback.
Now an inside handoff to Harris. He'll have him gain about a handful there. Kevin Byard there to bring him down. 5 yards on the play. They could just do that again. 3rd and 2 coming up.
You gain that kind of yardage in the run game, and you're going to gain the trust of your offensive coordinator. Plays like that, runs like that, set the table for everything else in the playbook.
A 3rd down run with Harris. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away.
That's one of those plays, Kate, as an offense, it just sticks with you a little bit. It bothers you that you just can't convert on a very manageable down and distance. And on the other side, well, it sure gives you some confidence defensively to get off the field.
Facing 4th down, the Steelers opting for the field goal. Chris Boswell out to do the honors. Ball on the left hash, 37 yards out. Dicker connects there. And the opening drive of the game ends in 3 points.
Well, I know once that drive stalls out, that's where it really pays to have that reliable kicker on the sideline ready to bail you out. And he knocks that one right through to give him the lead.
Now Boswell on to send this away. Starting from the 5. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. So here come the Bears as they get set for their debut series. And they're brought out by a player with immense expectations and promise in the league. He was picked 1st overall in 2024 out of USC, Caleb Williams.
Caleb was one of the most hyped prospects ever out of college football, and I'm not speaking out of turn or any hyperbole there. It's why he was the #1 pick. And you put on his highlight reel, Kate, you can put that highlight reel against anybody the last 50 years. The way that he creates and extends plays, the ways that he can run and still sling it totally off platform and off balance all over the field. He also does it with a flair and eccentricity that is unique and really not common coming into the league as well. A superstar in the making.
Just a gain of 1, and that brings up 2nd and 9.
Kate, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
And he found some running room for a nice gain. That's going to go down as a gain of 7. Now they're going to have 3rd and 2.
I'm not kidding you, Kate. A run of that length at the NFL level, honestly, is the equivalent of a run of 15+ at the high school level. It's hard in the run game to make yards, and they just got a very successful one.
On 3rd down, here's Swift. Has the first, but wants more. He's past the 45. And he's going to get all the way up to the midfield stripe. It's a great pickup, 16 yards, and now they've got 1st down.
That right there, that will make the coaches happy. He didn't just get the 1st down, but got a healthy chunk of bonus yards afterwards.
Still on the move, coming to the line for 1st and 10. Going to run again with Swift. And it's a nice little chunk here, 6 yards. Cole Holcomb there on the stop. A nice 6-yard pickup. They're going to have 2nd and 4.
The humble 5 to 6 yard gain on the ground. Not a huge gain, not a game-changing play by any means, but one that keeps you on schedule and takes some of the starch out of that front 7.
Here's Swift on 2nd down. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
3rd down, 1 yard to go. Toss play, Swift. And he'll get them enough for a 1st down.
Yeah, you'd sure love to see a little more yardage when you get into the open field, but this offense, it will take a new set of downs with that toss run.
Their opening drive continues. 1st and 10 now from the 39. Out of the gun, here's Williams. That's caught, Keenan Allen. And they'll manage to contain him after about a 6-yard pickup. Patrick Queen arranging in for the tackle.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on 1st down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for 2nd down. And with 3rd and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
From the 32. This is brought in along the sideline. High degree of difficulty for a short gain.
Well, that one came with a high degree of difficulty. Had to balance focusing on the catch while keeping those feet in bounds.
1 yard, all that's needed. This is 3rd and inches. Out of the pistol, Williams. Connection made to the rookie from Washington. And he has it down officially to the red zone at the 20. A 9-yard gain and good for a 1st down.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your 3rd downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
This is the first red zone opportunity for the Bears. They've got 1st and 10 from the 20. Off the play fake, Williams. Vacates quickly left side. And this time they're going to get there, and they drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
All right, 1st sack on the board on the 1st drive as a defense. And now, well, now we let the chess match begin. The adjustments begin, because we know pressure leads to sacks. And sacks in this league often leads to wins.
On the quick slant, he's got Allen. And he's going to be tackled, but still all the way down to the 6. That one goes for 15, and now they're going to have 1st and goal.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
Completed here to Komet. And this one stopped at the 3-yard line.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on 1st down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
So from the 3, here's 2nd and goal. Swift. And he gets in, touchdown. The Bears pull ahead 6-3 in the 1st. DeAndre Swift, the touchdown. No doubt about that one, Brock. They softened that defense up with that lengthy opening series, and then the front just couldn't stand up to the run as they reached the end zone.
Yeah, the numbers tell you, kind of just like baseball, you love home runs, you love explosive plays, but when you can play small ball and you can keep that defense gasping on the field, you can often run it right down their throats in the red zone.
Now Cairo Santos on to add the PAT. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Bears one up the opposing field goal. They start with 7 on their opening drive. Santos has it all teed up and ready to send this away. Has this at the 6. And pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. The Steeler offense out and ready to go for their second drive. And their last drive did end in points. Not as many as they wanted, though. They had to settle for that field goal despite advancing the football pretty well. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Russ now from the gun. It's caught. That's Calvin Austin. And he's going to be brought down at the 42. They get 13 on the pickup. And that's a Steelers first down.
I love throwing on first down. And when you see a first down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you planned for, and you go out and execute.
Shotgun handoff to Warren. And they'll get him down after he gets into the 48.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that first down marker.
In a good spot here, 2nd and inches. Running left is Harris. And he'll have it down to the 44-yard line. Pick up a 5 on that play. And he'll bring up a Pittsburgh first down.
That's certainly a spot where you could be more aggressive, Kate, if you wanted to take your shots. But some coaches, even the bolder ones, will take the safe play first when they get it from time to time. No third down required now.
First down, and they go right back to him. And he's brought down for a loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
All right, here we go. 2nd down. Harris once more. And that plunge is going to garner a couple of yards. Hit made by TJ Edwards. Moving in the right direction that time, but only 2 yards picked up, so it's 3rd and 9.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
Throwing on 3rd, Wilson. He's on the move. Oh, he's going to run for it. And he slides down with enough to pick up that first. Big gain, 14 on the play. And that's a Steelers first down.
As long as these are the results he's getting, they're going to be just fine with him calling his own number. He does such a good job of seeing the field and knowing when it's his time to take it himself.
The drive picks up here, 1st and 10. They give to Harris from the gun. And he's short of the first after a mild gain. Give him 5 on that carry, bringing up 2nd and 5.
That run's not going to turn many heads, but at the end of the year, I promise you, if you average over 5 yards a run, you can be a Pro Bowler.
Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. Staying on the ground with Harris. And they corral him after a minimal gain to the 21. 2 yards on the pickup, and that leaves him with 3rd down and 3.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
Freiermuth there to bring it in. And they bring him down at the 18-yard line. 3 yards there and enough to move the chains.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your third downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
A new set of downs awaits him. Here's 1st and 10. Running behind center with Harris. And this one stopped at the 3-yard line. That one goes for 15, and now they're going to have 1st and goal.
That's pretty good right there now. You don't always expect a sizable gain when you run it on 1st down. You just want some yards to set up an easier 2nd down play, but they will take that execution every time.
Harris. Can't fight past that line. They stop him at the 3.
You know, Kate, these are the situations in training camp that I love more than anything to watch. You learn so much about a football team in these goal-to-go situations. You know you got to protect that goal line, and the defense, well, they did the job on first down. More to come.
Taking the handoff, now Wilson. And he's gonna score! Touchdown, Pittsburgh! The Steelers hold a slim 2-point lead early. George Pickens the touchdown. Well, Brock, it wasn't hard to see why they botched on that play fake. Even our camera operator was fooled into thinking it was a run, but certainly made it easier to connect on that touchdown pass.
And that's all about the attention to details, Kate. Really is. The offensive line getting their pads down. The running back and quarterback at that mesh point, making it look exactly like a run. You do the details on the front end, and the play-action game rewards follow on the back end.
Chris Boswell for the point after. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Steelers push their lead to 3. Now Boswell on to send this away. Tyler Scott now to return it. Good looking return here, and he's got room. And he gets across the 30 before he's brought down. Back out comes the Chicago offense for their second drive. And after the impressive drive we just witnessed, you gotta imagine that they are hoping to respond with something similar.
Yeah, and I don't love to use the word can't, right? But this can't be a 3-and-out for this offense right here. They got to give their defense a chance to catch their breath and turn some of the momentum in the building.
Here's Swift to start the drive. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
Kate, I knew it at the time. I think everybody did. We knew the Legion of Boom was special, right? That entire secondary, but their safety's ability, Earl and Cam, to come downhill, to make those tackles behind the line of scrimmage as he just did. Yeah, man, you appreciate great safety play like that.
Williams on the play action. Finds his target, Allen. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. And a lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
They will not get another playoff. We're at the end of one. Just a field goal separates these two. Back to Soldier Field in just a moment. We're back and all set for the second quarter. Bears football. They'll try to attack this deficit starting with 1st and 10. Makes the catch but does not do it in bounds. It looks like he came down on that sideline. Second down coming up.
Hey, Kate, I know it's unrealistic to expect a 100% completion rate from anywhere on the field. But in this close, you really shouldn't be missing too many throws. Those need to be borderline automatic.
Williams throwing again here on second down. Finds his running back, DeAndre Swift. And he made a bid for midfield there, but stopped at his own side at the 49.
I call this quarterback's best friend. Some call it a safety valve, some call it automatic, but it's sure nice as a quarterback when you got a trusty running back over the middle of the field that you can depend on.
And the Steelers go in nickel, 3rd down. Sticking in the air, it's Williams. That's caught for the first. And they make the tackle at the 38. It's a 13-yard play, and that's enough for the first.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of 3rd downs just like that.
New set of downs for him at the 38. First down throw by Williams. Short pass brought in. And he takes it inside the 35 before heading out.
Well, that's a pretty similar result to a first down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, and makes second and third down a whole lot easier to manage.
2nd and 6 coming up here. From the 34. Oh, he was on the move, but so was the defense, and they take him down. And that pushes him back. 3rd down coming up.
This guy, Kate, he can create. He really is good out there. He's skilled when it comes to getting outside the pocket, which makes it all the more impressive. They contained him so well when he was clearly looking to generate something with his legs.
This drive in jeopardy. Here's a 3rd and 10. Working from the gun, Williams escapes the pocket. He'll make a bid for it on the ground. Gets out of harm's way after stringing together some nice yards on that run.
That is quarterback play 101. Maybe not the first chapter of it, but man, is that important. Getting downfield, get what you can with your legs, then most importantly, protect yourself. Get down and don't take any extra contact.
So on 4th down, out is Cairo Santos for the Bears field goal. From the left hash, this will be from 50. And this kick is good. He needed to get all of it there, and he did. And we're all tied up now in the first half.
A lot of them may make it look automatic, but you get this deep, and those field goals are far from a certainty. It took all his concentration, every bit of his strength, to send that puppy through.
Santos has it all teed up and ready to send this away. His return starts at the 5. His return reaches that 34-yard line before he stopped. The Steelers and George Pickens set for this next possession. Their last drive contained a heavy dose of the ground game, a little old-school dominance on the way to a touchdown, Brock. Let's see if they stick with it or if they go aerial this time around. Here's 1st and 10 from the 34. Shotgun snap for Wilson. Chased out to his right. And they get to him as he was trying to make something happen. And the defense is energized following that stick for a loss.
That right there is one of the biggest differences between the NFL and college game. Heck, the high school and Pop Warner game. Because when you break away from a sack at those lower levels, big things happen. But at this level, this big boy league, just because you get out of one guy's arms doesn't mean you're safe anytime soon.
Quick slant, that's Williams. Decent gain here, but short of the first.
I'll tell you this, you don't want to make a living throwing into double coverage, but double coverage and still finding a way to beat the defense and haul it in. That's not a situation many players win, and there aren't a lot of quarterbacks willing to make that throw and trust their receiver to get it done.
They'll try to run it with Harris. And he has it up towards midfield before he's taken down at the 47. 6 yards on the play and enough for a first.
I don't know what it is, Kate, but I love 3rd down runs. I really do. I know the receivers don't always like it because it's money down and they want the ball, but a 3rd down run for a first down can be so demoralizing to that defense.
Going to the ground again on 1st. And he's able to get this down to the 36. That one goes for 17 yards and moves the chains.
Now, don't think for a second they're going to slow down the tempo. Defense on their heels. And right now is the best chance to go push that envelope and get aggressive.
First down, ball at the 36. From the gun, it's Wilson. It's taken in by Williams. And this is down to the 28 before the defense halts it.
You know what I love to say? You never go broke taking a profit, and you often gain profits when you use your eyes as a quarterback. Those hitch routes, those underneath throws, oftentimes it's the eyes of the quarterback looking downfield and then taking that short completion.
From the 28. Finds his back, Jalen Warren. And he's brought down at the 17-yard line. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the first down.
Year after year, the best offenses are multifaceted. It's not just the receivers or the tight ends that can make plays through the air. When you get running backs that can attack the middle of the field like that, man, is it difficult on a defense.
First and 10, give to Harris. And he gets very good yardage there. That's down inside the 10. Pickup of 8 on the run, and that sets up 2nd and 2.
Well, that doesn't net a first down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. Wilson now from the gun. And that'll be enough for the first as they touch him down.
It sure seemed like he knew exactly where he was going with that right off the snap.
They'll break the huddle and come up on 1st and goal. On play action now, Wilson. And he's going to score. Touchdown, Pittsburgh! The Steelers take a second quarter lead. Pat Freiermuth, the touchdown. Well, we all know that he's somebody they like to have working down near the end zone, Brock, and there is so many ways they know how to use him down there.
Yeah, things are constantly different down there when you're trying to defend him, which is what makes defending him so tough, borderline impossible at times. He can make the smallest little tweaks to his route just like a receiver would, and it's a totally different animal, a nightmare for these defenses.
Boswell to add the PAT. The point after splits the uprights. And the Steelers break that tie and now lead by 7. Now Boswell on to send this away. Starting from the 5. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25 after the return. The Bears offense now heads back out to the field. They'll look to knot up this game right now as they trail 17-10. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Out of the gun, here's Williams. Pass caught by Adunze. And he's up to the 35-yard line as they reel him in. They come through with a nice gain there. Gain of 10, first down.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
Williams to throw on first. Flushed out of the pocket. He can run it.
Well, this is in every quarterback's tool belt, even the ones not regarded as the best movers and shakers. But, Kate, to play QB in the league today, you've got to be able to do this. If you've got nobody open, still get some positive yards with your legs.
2nd and 6 coming up here. It's a design boot. Allen on the catch. Gets it ahead, has about 5 yards. Met and stopped by Alex Highsmith.
Sure showed off some mobility on that play. Got outside the pocket and easily found an open man.
Third and a lone yard coming up. Out of the pistol, Williams. Complete beyond the marker. And he's taken down directly on that 43-yard line. A nice gain of 13 yards as it brings up a first down.
I'm not sure how this defense let that guy slip through him like that. On third down, nonetheless, he took that snap as an opportunity, and man, did he make an impact play.
Let's see how they attack this first down, Brock, from the 43. Here's Williams. Got Everett, and it's complete. And they bring him down around the 34.
Quarterbacks will look for their tight end short in just about any situation. They take away the deeper options. Well, there's their consistent source of positive yardage, the trusty tight end.
Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. Off the play fake, Williams. Has his man, it's Odunze. And he takes it across the 30 before heading out. A 5-yard gain on the play. And that's a Chicago first down.
Nice to see that connection, that chemistry working between the two of them.
A new set of downs forthcoming. It's 1st and 10. Fakes the handoff, now to throw. Bails out of the pocket quick. And this time they're going to get there, and they drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
Okay, it's pretty clear, isn't it? It's this constant pressure that this defense has imposed on this offense to keep them out of rhythm and build up this lead. This offense is not going to author a comeback if this quarterback continues to run for his life.
Now an inside handoff to Swift. He finds space for a few yards that time. Patrick Queen arranging in for the tackle. Give him 3 that time. That's going to bring up 3rd and 7.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get first downs against the better defenses in this league.
3rd down. Here's Williams. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Ball and defender arrived at the exact same time there. And that'll bring up 4th down.
I think that was a throw, Kate, that just came a little bit too late. What it did is it gave that defense time to come up and deliver a pop and knock the ball loose before he could secure it fully.
Carney's kick is good. And it's dropped back down now to a 4-point game.
Okay, one of the areas that kickers and quarterbacks are similar, they want to get into rhythm, and no better way to feel good and get into that rhythm than start a game 2 for 2 as a kicker.
We've got a good one here. They've cut the lead to 4 as they send it away. Patterson now to return it. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. The Steelers and Najee Harris making their return to the field. And he has run roughshod over them in this opening half. Pretty sure this is the exact kind of start that he was hoping to have here. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Russ now from the gun. Pass taken in by Freiermuth. And he'll get taken down after advancing this to the 37.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for on 1st down. Textbook. It sets up 2nd and very manageable, and then creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
2nd and 3 now. From the 37. And the coverage just too good there. Didn't find a throw that he was confident in, so just throws it away. 3rd down coming up.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw.
Wilson on third down. Has him on the quick hitter. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
And those are the completions they rely on from their passing game.
They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42. Now an inside handoff to Harris. He gets it ahead and winds up with about 3. That tackle made by Tremaine Edmonds. Give him a few yards on that run. It's 2nd and 7.
You know, Kate, I like to call these body blows. Body blows. You got to be committed to running the football. Even if it doesn't move the chains, I guarantee you that wear and tear will pay dividends later.
Here's 2nd and 7. Got Williams, and it's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not until he reaches that 45-yard line. Give him an even 10 yards on the play. And he'll bring up a Pittsburgh 1st down. A run here with Harris. Escapes a defender. And he'll advance this down to the 38-yard line. It's an 8-yard pickup, and they're going to have 2nd and 2 next.
Some backs are easier to tackle than others. Some, well, they just choose violence. They look for those opportunities to bust through tackles and keep those legs pumping.
After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. From the 38. Freiermuth there to bring it in. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
Move the chains! Gotta move them chains! Build momentum and keep that defense on its heels.
1st and 10 now from the 30. Russ is gonna cook here. Caught by Freiermuth. And they get this all the way down to the 16-yard line. They gain 14 on the play. And that's a Steelers 1st down.
You know, it sure seems like he knew exactly where he was going with that before the snap. That's a pre-snap decision that led to a post-snap 1st down.
Offense set for a 1st and 10. They give now to Najee. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
Offensive coordinators tell us all the time, big runs only happen with coordinated efforts. Great blocking to spring them. Guys hitting blocks downfield, and a back who can show off his wheels.
So we're at the 2-minute warning here from Soldier Field. And it's the Steelers looking at 1st and 5. Shotgun snap for Wilson. Looking touchdown, but can't connect. Took his shot at 6 that time. And it'll be 2nd and goal. Still a couple of shots at this one.
That is such a bummer. A dropped touchdown right in the end zone. We're going to see how quickly he can flush this one. He better, because they got to make it impact later.
From the gun, it's Wilson. Buys time, rolling right. And he's brought down real close to that goal line at the 1.
Just not much to do right there, whether he wanted to run it or throw it. Even if he scraped a positive gain out of it, that's still a win for this defense.
So now, here's 3rd and goal. They'll put one of the tight ends in motion. Harris, and he's in for the touchdown. The Steelers grow their lead just before halftime. Najee Harris, the touchdown. A lot of pressure on him in that moment, Brock. Find a way to score. Don't let it go to 4th and goal. And he finds a way to come through and gets in the end zone for 6.
And how about the other side? Beating the defense right there as well. That group who was so close to pulling off the goal line stand, yet all that motivation wasn't enough to stop them on 3rd and goal.
Boswell to add the PAT. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Steelers drive their lead to 11. Now Boswell on to send this away. Scott now to return. Good looking return here, and he's got room. They track him down, but a nice return in the end there, Brock. He's up to the 38. The Bears and DeAndre Swift set for their next drive. And down double digits, Brock. Field goals like we saw on their last drive aren't going to move the needle as much as they need to. The Bears with some nice field position as they get set. 1st and 10. Working from the gun, Williams. That's going to be caught by Carter. And he's going to get this up to the 45 before he's brought down. The Bears decide to call their first time out, as they'll meet and decide what to do on this 2nd down. Williams from the gun. Has the connection to Adunze. And he's going to be drugged down, looks like at that 37-yard line. Give him 18 yards on that play, Brock, and it gets him a 1st down.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
Markers reset, ball at the 37. First down throw by Williams. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Another look for him, Brock, and hey, why not with the way he's playing so far? But this time, just couldn't hang on.
I think you'll see coordinators at times, Kate, get away from something that's working. I like that they go back to him. Make them defend him and stop him. They did that time, but my hunch is they'll look for that receiver again today.
His pass caught by Allen. And they limit the damage just a few yards on that gain. Minka Fitzpatrick in on the stop. Let's see what they draw up on a 3rd and 7. Sticking in the air, it's Williams. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the defense comes through to back him up ahead of 4th down.
Kate, you can give him much of the credit for this early lead. Heck, give every player in that defense now their 4th sack of this game credit, because that ambush on the quarterback, a big reason why they're in control of this game.
On 4th down, it's Torrey Taylor on for the Bears to punt this away. Calvin Austin on the return for the Steelers. Now this one, not much of a chance of it staying in the field of play. They'll mark it out at the 13-yard line. That brings us to the break. The Steelers taking a lead into the visiting locker room. Now it's down to Florida, where Jonathan Coachman is standing by in Orlando for the EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Kate, sit tight. We'll get back to you and Brock in just a moment. But for now, this is our halftime report. We got a fine first half out of the former Alabama man, Najee Harris. He's already over 100 yards rushing for the game and has a touchdown run as well.
All right, thank you, Coach. And we are back and about set to begin the 2nd half. Now Boswell on to send this away. Scott now to return. He stopped on the return at the 27. Here comes the offense for the Bears to begin the second half. And this game might be going better if he could have some more time just to work back there. This pass rush has been all over them. Really keeps taking this offense out of any grooves that they've managed to get into.
Okay, I like to say in life there's energy givers and there's energy vampires.
Yeah.
And for this defense, these sacks right here, they're such energy givers. And, man, it's like a vampire sucking the juice out of an offense.
Yeah, I love that. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Swift gets it, going left. And they had that one contained right at the line. Tackled by the venerable Cameron Hayward. Call it no gain on that run, and they face 2nd and 10.
When you rush the passer, it's kind of like tracking down a runner. That same pass, same athleticism comes to life. He looked pretty good hunting his prey right there.
Here's Swift on 2nd down. He gets forward, and that's about 4 yards. Cole Holcomb there on the stop.
You make that call to just give yourself a fighting chance on 3rd down, Kate. Take at least a little bite out of the big meal between them and the 1st down marker. And that should make this upcoming call a little less daunting.
Extra man in the secondary for the Steelers. 3rd down coming up. Out of the gun, here's Williams. He's got him, that's Swift. And he's going to get this up to the 45 before he's brought down. Big gain, 14 on the play. And that's good for a Bears 1st down.
Hey, Kate, they don't rightly care who it's going to go to in that situation. All they really care about are the results on 3rd down. And that's exactly the result they needed, enough to keep this drive moving.
Ball on the 45, 1st and 10. A handoff left for Swift. And they'll bottle this up after a 4-yard gain. Cole Holcomb there on the stop. It's a 4-yard pickup, and that's going to bring up 2nd and 6.
You know, that's a good run right there to keep the offense on schedule. If he can average that type of yards per carry, this guy's going to be more than all right with letting him lead the show.
Williams on the play action. Caught by the open man. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. Would have liked to have kept that big play, but the officials and penalties say no, and it's got to come back. Back to the line they go. It's 2nd down. To throw, Williams. Allen on the catch. And he goes out, just needed one more step there to reach midfield.
I know I can sound like a broken record when I talk about timing and getting the ball out on time and on rhythm, but these outcuts, it is so imperative, and the best of them make it look oh so easy.
So now here's 3rd and 5. Williams to throw. Hits his running back. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
A play like this, that's exactly where you want to get him the ball, right on the outside, where he's got the space and a lot more room to work.
Let's see how they attack this 1st down, Brock, from the 43. Out of the pistol, Williams. Short pass brought in. And he gets him around 6 there. Cole Holcomb there on the stop.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, you just find a way to get him the ball.
Out of the shotgun, a give to Swift. And he'll get this down to the 33-yard line. It's a gain of 4. And that's a Chicago 1st down.
I don't know about you, Kate, but he sure made getting that first down look really easy. A lot easier than it's supposed to be for that defense, and I think they'll hear about it when they get to the sidelines.
They run the counter with Swift. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
I talked to a bunch of different GMs, Kate, especially around draft time, and they all say the same thing. Linebackers are so hard to find. It's hard to transition from the college game that's in so much space to this game where you've got to play in a phone booth, yet have that explosiveness to chase a play on the outside down like that linebacker just did.
Here's 2nd and 11. Flush down out to his left. Now he takes it. And he'll go down here at the 16. That'll go for an 18-yard gain. And that's good for a Bears first down.
You know, these are the type of plays that really get an offense going. This is a chance for a QB to inspire the guys around him. Calling his own number, carrying his teammates to a first down on that big run. That inflates an offense, and it can suck the wind out of that defense.
And they've got themselves another 1st and 10. Working inside the red zone. Komet brings it in. And they'll advance this down to the 5-yard line. A nice pickup of 11 there, Brock, and they'll have 1st and goal to figure out.
They like to say it's about the Jimmies and the Joes. I think that's about the X's and the O's. That's a well-drawn-up completion that nets them a first down.
This offense in position now. It's 1st and goal. Running with Swift out of the gun. Finds the end zone. Touchdown, Chicago. The Bears cut into the lead coming out of halftime. DeAndre Swift, the touchdown. It's what every player who scores a touchdown wants to do, Brock. He wants to get right back there and put another 6 on the board.
I've never met an NFL player content with one end zone trip in a game.
Nope.
Yeah, if you're content, you're not making it to this league. You get one, you're instantly thinking of another, and the fortunate few are able to actually deliver on it.
Bears offense, look at this. They haven't moved. They're going for 2. And he made the line of scrimmage, but not that goal line. Defense there to shut down that 2-point attempt.
You know, whether that was by design or he just called his own number, you got to convert when you tuck it and run. It didn't happen. The defense was all over him.
So after making this a 5-point ball game, they kick it off. Patterson now to return it. This return makes it up to the 25. The Steelers back out on offense. Their running back headed out once again. And as some running lanes have closed, he's just found some new ones. Continuing to hit this defense, more good numbers well into this second half. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Going to Harris to start the half. He's got a gain of 6 there. That was Montez Sweat who took him down. He managed 6 on the play, bringing up 2nd and 4.
Fans love the long ball in baseball. That's why they got the home run derby. But you know what? Talk to managers, and they will tell you small ball can win too. Singles and doubles, you add them up, you could win a lot of baseball games. Football coaches will tell you, you get runs of that length, it may not be a home run, it may not score points, but it can do some serious damage.
Throw complete to Williams. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. That goes as a gain of 25 yards and picks up the 1st.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
From the 44-yard line now, 1st and 10. Now here's Russ. It's taken in by Washington. And he's going to be brought down at the 35-yard line.
The goal of that little drag route is to get him for at least a minimal gain with space to add after that. That picked up a good chunk, and it was nearly a big play.
Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. They'll toss it to Harris. And he's brought down for a loss.
Kate, it's amazing how fast these guys are on the field and how fast your fortunes can turn. 2nd and short run, you're feeling good about yourself. But with a negative play, well, now comes a critical 3rd down.
All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. Motioning one of the tight ends. A 3rd down run with Harris. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
You love a huddle? Kate, you really do. You love a huddle full of guys like this who just know how to keep the drive moving forward. There's some trust there that he's going to get the job done, and he's going to get another shot, I would guess, down the line.
He brings the offense up now for a 1st and 10. Wilson now from the gun. Caught him deep behind the line. Oh, the ball is out! Bears pick it up, headed the other way. Hits the 20. And he's going to return this to the end zone. Touchdown, Chicago! The Bears grab the lead on their first series of the half. Great time to bring some extra pressure off that snap, and that made all the difference in getting that fumble and the defensive score.
I could hear it in your voice. I think you saw it coming. I saw it coming. I think even the crowd saw it coming.
Yep.
But that quarterback did not see that blitz coming, and boy, did it pay dividends.
So up come the Bears to the line. They'll try another 2-point play. Throwing now, following the turnover. And that pass is caught inside the end zone. The 2-point try comes through, and their lead's a field goal now. Well, that right there, a very important 2-point conversion, Brock. Their lead now up to 3. A field goal would only tie this one.
Yeah, the math was pretty easy on that one, right? You know what it does. It puts you up 3 and forces a field goal on the other side. But I'll tell you what else I like there, Kate. It's psychology. Puts a little seed of doubt on that other side. Maybe if you come into this moment later in the game, and certainly an injection of confidence for your offense that they can deliver in the clutch.
Still reeling a little after fumbling that away, but they're going to get it right back with this kickoff. This one's fielded at the 4-yard line. And pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. Pittsburgh getting its offense all set to go. All their scoring has kept them close, but they still find themselves trailing by just a little in this 3rd quarter. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. They'll start with a give to Harris. And he powers through the middle for a gain of 4.
That is just a good, solid run right there. I know, that's pretty basic commentary, but sometimes football can be basic. It keeps you on schedule. That kind of yards per carry, and you move the sticks.
2nd and 6 coming up here. Russ now from the gun. It's taken in by Williams. And he'll get it up to the 44. Give him 11 yards, Brock, and a fresh set of downs.
Sure seems like he knew exactly what he wanted, and he got it, going right where he wanted to with the ball off the snap.
From the 44-yard line now, 1st and 10. Russ setting to throw. They left him wide open. It's complete. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. They'll get 31 yards on the play. And he'll bring up a Pittsburgh 1st down.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
Wilson now, 1st and 10. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Well-timed strike by that defender to knock it free. And it sets up 2nd down. This is a guy who's used to embracing contact, Brock. Usually makes catches in spite of it, but I guess it's tough for anybody to make a play every time.
Yeah, I think these tight ends today, Kate, spend as much time in the old ice bath as just about anybody. And when you don't make that catch and you take the contact, well, that stings like the first seconds in the ice.
Only a yard from that time, so now 3rd and 9. Shotgun snap for Wilson. He's on the move. Trying to get away from the pressure, but he can't, and they drop him. And the defense comes through, and that's going to back him up and bring up 4th down.
These quarterbacks are so good with their clock in their head between the tackles. But you get outside the pocket, and you've got to have that same ability. If you hesitate for a second, the defenses with their speed at this level, they'll find a way to bring you to the ground.
Facing 4th down, the Steelers opting for the field goal. Chris Boswell out to do the honors. He was good on his 1st attempt and his 2nd from a little over 45 here. Dicker connects there. And that will tie things up in the 3rd.
Well, that's why they spend all the time on the practice field during the week. That kind of operation. Perfect rhythm, perfect timing, and a 2 for 2 for this kicker.
Now Boswell on to send this away. Scott now to return. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25 after the return. The Bears returning their offense and this running back to the field. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Off the play fake, Williams. He rolls to his right. He's going to keep it this time. Decent yardage picked up here before he slides down to avoid the tackle.
He made something out of that play for them. Everyone's so concerned with defending the pass, they didn't quite keep tabs on what he was doing as a QB, and it gave him just enough room to run.
2nd and 6 coming up here. Running behind center with Swift. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
You know, Kate, if you notice those guys that love to feed themselves on the field, right? They love to just get more and more. They're hungry for even more. I'll tell you what, that tackle, it prevented something that's going to be a lot bigger, but that back remains hungry.
First down, and they go right back to him. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
This is one of those plays that I wish we had the huddle mic'd up, Kate, because I can assure you that offensive line in their own way is telling that running back, sorry, we did not give you any chance.
Offense to the line for 2nd down. Going to run again with Swift. And he's able to reach that midfield stripe after some solid running. That's a 9-yard pickup, and it gives them a 3rd and 2.
When you don't have great success on first down, Kate, it's a little bit like a hitter in baseball falling behind in the count. And all you want to do as a hitter is get back to a fighting chance. Give yourself a better count. That play, well, it does the same here. Now a much more manageable and opportune 3rd down situation.
That's caught for the first. And he's going to be brought down after reaching the 43. A 7-yard pickup, and it moves the chains.
Kate, I can promise you, you go back and look at the most efficient offenses in the NFL over the last couple decades, one thing will resonate. You've got to be able to attack the middle of the field. It's great to do it with receivers. It's awesome with tight ends. But when you get that influence from your running backs, man, you become a dangerous offense to stop.
Good little rip there. Looks like about 6. Cole Holcomb there on the stop. Give him around 6. That's going to make it 2nd and 4.
You know, these are the kind of runs, Kate, that a balanced game plan and a balanced offense is built on. It gets you good yardage, it sets up your play action, and it keeps that defense honest.
Staying grounded with Swift. And that one's forward for 1, maybe 2 yards. Tackled by the venerable Cameron Hayward. Give him only a couple that time. It's going to be 3rd down. They'll run now with Swift. And he's able to get this to the 32 before going down. It's a 4-yard gain, and that's going to get him across the marker and earn the first.
Okay, you know me, I can't resist. I thought we might have needed the old Gene Steratore index card down there, making a really close measurement to see if he got the first down or not. But in the end, well, the right call was made. He got just enough to move the chains.
Going to the ground again on first. And his charge towards the line, that's right around 3 yards.
Hey, not a bad play by any means, but there's room for more, and they know it.
Second down now, 7 to go. From the 28. Forced out to his right. Oh, he was on the move, but so was the defense, and they take him down. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
That's now a handful of sacks for the defense and a handful of bruises for the quarterback. Consider this, Kate. Truly elite defenses in this league, well, they average just over 3 sacks a game during an entire season. You put up 5 in a contest, you're playing like one of the league's best.
Defense looking to defend the marker on 3rd down. Working from the gun, Williams. That throw finds Komet. And he's going to be taken down a yard shy of the 25.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, when you can make a play in the open field, keep them short like that, I promise you some money will follow.
Carney's kick is good. And they've taken back the lead.
He connects now for a 3rd time, and that's the biggest of the 3 field goals he's made in this contest. Gives him the lead. And now you turn the keys over to your defense to try and protect it.
Santos has it all teed up and ready to send this away. Here's a return from the 7. Man, he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. This is the end of the 3rd quarter. It's Steelers football. A nice help for them as they trail entering the quarter. They're out and set, 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Wilson. Caught by Freiermuth. And they'll take him down at the 43-yard line. They gain 14 on the play. And that's a Steelers' 1st down.
Sure nice to see them looking for their tight ends in the passing game. Such great size to have out there. It really forces defenses to try to find a way to defend them along with everybody else.
1st and 10, give to Harris. And he gets this one to the 49 on a solid pickup. A nice 6-yard pickup. They're going to have 2nd and 4.
That's what I call a rhythm starter right there. Man, offenses love execution and plays like that on 1st down, Kate, because now that playbook is wide open. All options on the table for 2nd down.
Harris gets it on the draw. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
Well, once we saw them on a collision course with one another, we know how inertia works. The bigger man, he wins.
Here they come. This is 3rd and 5. Russ looking to throw. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. It arrived as the ball did to break things up. And that leaves them with 4th and 5.
As a defense, you got to see the pass. You got to time up your hit, and you got to jar that ball loose. Not a lot of offensive players are hanging on to that one through a well-placed hit.
4th down, and on comes the punt team, and the kick's away. And this will fly out of bounds to deny a return. They're going to mark it a little before the 20. The Bears and this running back headed back out for a new series. And I think we can agree the plan to keep him out of the end zone, it hasn't quite worked so well for this defense, at least not yet. He scored twice, really been the one his group can turn to for a spark or a big play when they've needed it. Offense ready to begin this drive, 1st and 10. To throw is Williams. Ooh, he got hit as he was throwing, and unsurprisingly, it falls incomplete. 2nd down coming up.
Well, that's one you chalk up to the pressure earning that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target, hit him, altered that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
Couldn't connect on 1st. It's 2nd down. Takes off right out of the read option. A nice run here past the 35. He's at the 30. And he does quite a bit of damage before they finally take him down.
Hey, forget about it. Forget 1st down. For a moment, they were thinking touchdown on that play. What a time to deliver a breakaway run. And that puts a ton of momentum on their side for the next snap.
All set up for an insurance score here. It's 1st and goal. From the red zone now. Gets it towards the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Just something off in the rhythm of their passing game on that one. Time to recalibrate and keep throwing it to get back into rhythm.
So the incompletion on 1st, here's 2nd and goal. Now an inside handoff to Swift. And he's brought down real close to that goal line at the 1. It'll be a 5-yard gain. That brings up 3rd and goal.
Well, you haven't given up the goal line yet, but this offense is moving closer and closer. Now might be the time defensively to get a little more aggressive, try to stick them with the loss, and make a difficult 4th down decision.
Now trying to run with Swift. Goes up and over for the touchdown. The Bears make it a 9-point advantage. DeAndre Swift, the touchdown. His 3rd of the game on the ground. Well, Brock, you know this better than most. In baseball, it's 3 strikes and you're out. I know you experienced that a lot, but on the gridiron, you're feeling pretty happy, right? If you can strike the end zone 3 times in one game.
Yeah, I'd rather go hockey and soccer. That's just the positive guy in me. They call that a hat trick. It's worth celebrating.
Look at you.
And yeah, they should celebrate this effort.
That one right down the middle. And the Bears make it a 10-point ball game. Santos has it all teed up and ready to send this away. Patterson now to return it. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. The visitors down Russell Wilson headed back to the field now. And he has to be happy about his game. We're checking some of the highlights right now that he's made so far. A good showing that's seen him in the zone from time to time. And also he's just seen the field well from his spot in the middle of this offense. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. A carry by Harris here to start the drive. And they needed more than one defender there. Powerful runner, stopped for just 1 yard.
The one thing I could say positive about the execution of that play is at least he didn't go backwards.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Wilson. That's too far in front, and it's not going to be caught.
There's the importance of staying in phase as a defender. He was all over him in coverage, and that really did help force the incompletion.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down. Wilson looking to throw. That one's caught along the left sideline. A big play, 23 yards to move those chains.
Just about every defensive coordinator worth his salt says 2 things in every production meeting. Number 1, well, we got to stop the run. And number 2, we got to take away the tight end. Well, good luck doing that. Defending a big guy who can move like that, it's a lot easier to talk about than to go out and execute.
1st and 10, ball set up at the 48. They give to Harris from the gun. And he's tackled after gaining a handful. Solid 4-yard gain there, and now they've got 2nd and 6 coming up.
They'll come away happy getting that type of output on most run plays. It's a sign, well, they're getting some good push up front, and this running back is seeing the lanes and paying them off.
2nd and 6 coming up here. From the 43. Pass taken in by Freiermuth. And he's able to reach the 40 on that play.
Sometimes when you're just looking to move it forward, get some small yards on a throw, quarterback's best friend, security blanket. And when it's a big old tight end, that's an extra bonus.
3rd and just 2 to go. They'll try to run it with Harris. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
He easily had the yardage for a first, but he was hungry for a lot more. I think that tackle prevented something that was going to be a lot bigger than just a 1st down pickup.
Here's 1st and 10 from the 34. Harris once more. And without much room, he's going to go down at the 32-yard line. 2 on the pickup there, and it's going to be 2nd and 8. Ross out of the pistol. Fryermuth there to bring it in. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
That pitch and catch won't show up as a big play on the stat sheet, but it gives his own defense a little time to rest and gives an offensive coordinator a new set of downs to work with.
All right, set now, 1st and 10. Play action, it's Wilson. Warren's got it, complete. And they get him right at the line of scrimmage.
You know, I've learned over the years, defensively, they call that the camera club. How many different guys can you get rallying to the football? So that last shot you see on camera, you see as many defenders keeping that to a 0-yard gain. That's well done defensively.
Ross off the play fake. Flushed out of the pocket. And he gets this forward to the 19.
Tick, 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 tick. You know, his internal clock right there told him it was time to escape, and good thing he listened to it. He was able to make something out of nothing and at least move them forward.
And the Bears bring in an extra defensive back for this 3rd down. Wilson to throw it. Catch is made in close. And that's a Pittsburgh touchdown. All right, so the offense does its job, Brock. Now they need their defense to give them a chance to overcome that big deficit.
The momentum in the building's clearly changed. We can feel it here in the booth, but you're right. It's now up to the defense to make a stop and give them a chance.
They can tack on one more now, bring things back to within a field goal. And he connects there, so now another kick from him. A field goal would tie this game in the 4th. Volley set up, and it's away. Just a 3-point game now. Return coming from the 6. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. The home teams and Caleb Williams running out for their next drive. And on that last drive, Brock, he crossed a notable threshold in passing yards for the season. Always nice when you can reach one of those plateaus to look back on after the year's over. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Here's Swift to start the drive. And he's brought down for a loss.
These edge defenders in the league today, Kate, they've got so much on their list to do. A huge to-do list. They got to get to the passer, they got to set an edge, and they got to stop that run game, not just on the end of the line, but in that case, right in the middle of the field.
Here's Swift on 2nd down. And again, they'll get there to meet him at the line and take him down.
These linebackers of today, they are so quick. They're so twitchy. You don't get a body on them in a hurry, they're going to stick you right at the line of scrimmage.
Wonder what's in the playbook here as they come up on 3rd and 11. Out of the gun, here's Williams. Catch made by Allen. And this one's brought to a halt at about the 36-yard line.
You know, I like the completion. You never turn down a completion. But that's just not the right throw to make in that spot to move the chains.
Chicago brings out the punting unit. And this will be his 2nd effort of the contest. And this one is away, and he got all of it and then some. The Steeler offense set to get back on the field. They'll try to emphasize what worked on their last drive, which ended, Brock, in a touchdown. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
The challenge with so many sacks is it just disrupts everything in the rhythm and timing of your offense. All of these negative plays. Hey, this league and this game is hard enough when you're on schedule. All of these sacks set you behind the chains. Well, you've seen how disruptive it is for this offense.
Everyone's prepped. It's 2nd down now. Warren here from the gun. And he's going to be brought down after getting this up to the 22. It's a gain of 4. They're going to need twice that now on 3rd and 8. Wilson now from the gun. Complete beyond the marker. 12 yards on that play, and a good call nets him the 1st.
Kate, I can't tell you how good that is. Anticipating the outcut, having the ball on the way before the receiver's head even turns. He puts it on him so that receiver can easily get out of bounds for the nice gain.
Here's 1st and 10 from the 34. Wilson now off the play action. Escapes the pocket. And this time they're going to get there, and they drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
Kate, I can already read the headlines tomorrow. This offensive line can't protect. This offensive line. But it's more than that. When you give up 5 sacks in a game, it's a complete breakdown of everybody offensively. Play caller, quarterback, offensive line. Yeah, they're going to have to regroup and figure out how to protect this quarterback first and foremost.
This is Harris on 2nd down. And he'll go down after fighting his way to the 32. Just 1 yard on the play, and they're left with a long 3rd and 12. Russ now from the gun. He has the 1st over the middle. And they'll get him down after he gets into the 48. They get 20 yards out of the play and move the chains.
I know the Combine tries to test everything it possibly can physically, but I don't know how you test courage at the Combine because there's nobody defending you. Nobody wants to hit you. But that was the epitome of courage to make that in cut and make the catch.
1st and 10, ball set up at the 48. Running behind center with Harris. And they beat him to the edge. That run stopped back at the line. No progress on 1st down, and that'll bring up 2nd and 10.
Stopped right at the line, but might as well have been a loss of yards as far as the offense is concerned. It's always humbling when you try force versus force, and the defense wins out.
2nd and 10 now. Completed over the middle. And a nice gain here, but it stopped short of the 1st. Third and just 2 to go. Now an inside handoff to Harris. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away.
You know, I'm not sure what else could have been done there, Kate. Just the right call defensively to come up with a 3rd and short stop.
So here's Chris Boswell in a high-pressure spot. From the right hash, 55 yards out. Got all of it, and this is good! And in the 4th quarter, that's going to tie the game!
You know, I like to leave you in warm-ups, Kate, and get down to the field and watch these not only quarterbacks throw it, but these kickers kick it. I want to see the distance. And it's one thing in pregame to make it from 55 plus. It's quite another to do it in the fourth quarter when it really matters.
Now Boswell on to send this away. Scott now to return. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. The home team's ready for their next series, led out on offense by their quarterback. And you may as well call him a constant headache that this defense has had to deal with all game long. I mean, they game plan to slow down his passing work, but it's been his rushes that have really broken the spirit of this unit. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Out of the pistol, Williams has the connection to Adunze. And he's up to the 35-yard line as they reel him in.
That is a textbook first down completion. Sets up second and very manageable and creates space to take that shot downfield.
2nd and 3 now. Running with Swift out of the gun. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away. Third down, 1 yard to go. They send a tight end in motion. On 3rd down, here's Swift. And they'll make the stop up at the 46-yard line. Give him 9 on that play, and it's enough for the first. It's the 2-minute warning from Chicago. Bears pushing to get within range for a game winner. New set of downs for him from the 46. First down throw by Williams. Completed here to Komet. And he's taken down directly on that 43-yard line. They'll move the chains after that pickup of 12.
I can't tell you how nice it is to have a big, trustworthy tight end in the passing game. Such great size to have, and he forces those defenses to find a way to try to match up when they can't.
Setting up to pass. And Willie, no, he's not going to escape. They take him down on a pivotal play late in this ball game. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
How many times we see these coaches after games sit there at the press conference, they pull out the stat sheet, and when they do, they look for some anomalies. And today, well, this head coach is going to be very proud of a defensive effort, getting after the quarterback 6 different times. 6 sacks, and they've had a heyday in the backfield.
And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play. And the Steelers going nickel. 3rd down. Here he is to throw. He's got it to him yet again, and that one is caught. The Steelers calling their first timeout. And they still have 2 available for them as we approach the end of this game. Two timeouts remaining and some time left to use them. It's 1st and 10. Running behind center with Swift. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a first down. Pittsburgh will go ahead and use its 2nd timeout. Still 1 more in their pocket to use. 2 timeouts remaining and some time left to use them. It's 1st and 10. Going to run again with Swift. And the defense gets there to force a small loss. The Steelers use their 3rd and final timeout. And now they're powerless to stop that clock with a timeout at least. All right, here we go. 2nd down. Staying grounded with Swift. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
This offense may want to try and disguise their run a little bit. I don't know if it's the O-lineman's stance. I don't know if it's a cadence. I don't know what it is, but after 2 straight plays going backwards, this defense is all over them.
Gotta figure out this 3rd down here. They'll run now with Swift. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down. 4 yards narrows the distance a bit, but still some yardage left here on 4th down. And with 2 seconds remaining in our contest, we're going to see what both teams decide to do with this final play. So everything rests on the foot of Cairo Santos. A pretty automatic look for him from the left. The kick is good. He got it. And he hits one more time to win them this game. So Soldier Field sees another win for the Bears. And with overtime in their back pocket, they weren't going to lose it at the end, but they still managed to set up the field goal, and he executed the game winner. What a memorable way to win it. And with Brock Heward and our EA Sports crew, I'm Kate Scott saying so long from this one. The Bears winners as we say so long from Chicago.